Your doctor checked your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood sugar, maybe even your thyroid. But there is one simple blood test that millions of Americans over 60 have never had. Research suggests that missing it may be silently affecting your muscles, your memory, your immune system, and your risk of falling. According to the National Institutes of Health, up to 40% of American adults over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, not slightly low. Deficient. The symptoms are easy to dismiss. You feel tired. Your legs feel weak. You have been a little more forgetful lately. Your mood is not quite right. And your doctor says, you are just getting older. But what if it is not just age? What if one missing nutrient is quietly working against almost every system in your body? In this video, we break down exactly what research from Mayo Clinic, the National Institutes of Health, and Harvard Health says about vitamin D after 60. As always, please consult your doctor before making any changes to your health routine. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only. When did you last sit outside in the sun for 20 minutes? Not rushing somewhere, not checking your phone, just sitting in the sun. If you are like most Americans over 60, the honest answer is, not recently. And that matters more than you might think. Vitamin D is unlike almost every other nutrient. Your body does not get most of it from food. It makes it in your skin when sunlight hits your arms and legs. But here is the problem. According to the National Institutes of Health, the skin of a 70-year-old produces approximately 4 times less vitamin D from the same sun exposure as the skin of a 20-year-old. 4 times less. From the same sun. The same amount of time outside. Even if you do get out regularly, your body simply cannot make what it used to. And sunscreen makes it worse. Mayo Clinic research shows that sunscreen with SPF 30 reduces vitamin D production by up to 95%. Add in northern winters. Add in the fact that most Americans spend the majority of their time indoors. Add in that the few foods naturally rich in vitamin D, fatty fish, egg yolks, are not daily staples for most people over 60. The result is a perfect storm for deficiency. And most people have no idea it is happening, because no one tested them. Most people think vitamin D is a bone vitamin. Take it with calcium. Keep your bones strong. That is true, but it is about 10% of the story. According to the National Institutes of Health, vitamin D functions less like a vitamin and more like a hormone. It carries signals to hundreds of processes throughout the body. It docks onto receptors in your muscles, your brain, your immune cells, your heart. When those receptors do not get the signal, things start to go wrong. Quietly. Gradually. In ways that are very easy to attribute to simply getting older. Here is what Harvard Health, the National Institutes of Health, and the Mayo Clinic say about what happens when vitamin D is chronically low in older adults. Your muscles get weaker. Not dramatically at first. Just, the stairs feel a little harder. Getting up from a chair takes a little more effort. Your grip is not quite what it was. Research published through the National Institutes of Health found that vitamin D receptors are present throughout muscle tissue, and that deficiency directly impairs the way muscle fibers contract and recover. Your fall risk increases. A meta-analysis reviewed by the National Institutes of Health found that seniors with low vitamin D levels had significantly higher rates of falls than those with adequate levels. Not because of their bones, because of their muscles and their balance. Think about what that means. Every time you navigate stairs, step off a curb, or reach for something on a high shelf, your vitamin D level may be affecting your safety. Your memory and cognitive function may be affected. Several studies reviewed by Harvard Health found associations between low vitamin D levels and increased risk of cognitive decline. Researchers believe this may be related to vitamin D's role in reducing neuroinflammation and supporting nerve function in the brain. The consistency across multiple large studies is significant enough that it is absolutely worth discussing with your doctor. Your mood may be affected. National Institutes of Health research suggests an association between vitamin D deficiency and depressive symptoms in older adults, particularly during winter months when sun exposure is lowest. Some studies found that supplementation in deficient individuals was associated with meaningful mood improvements. If you have noticed that your mood dips in winter, or that you feel more flat or low than you used to, This is something worth testing. Your immune system may be compromised. Cleveland Clinic data indicates that vitamin D plays a direct regulatory role in immune response. Deficiency has been associated with increased susceptibility to respiratory infections and with reduced ability to mount an effective immune response. For adults over 60, this matters enormously. Here is something most people are never told. If you are taking certain common medications, they may be actively lowering your vitamin D levels, even if you are getting some sun and eating well. According to Mayo Clinic research, medications that may reduce vitamin D levels include certain cholesterol-lowering medications, some anticonvulsants, glucocorticoids like prednisone, and certain weight loss medications. If you take any of these regularly, your vitamin D requirements may be significantly higher than average. This is not about stopping your medications. It is about having a complete conversation with your doctor about what your body actually needs. So what does the evidence actually support? First, and this cannot be said strongly enough, get tested before you supplement. A simple blood test measuring 25-hydroxyvitamin D levels will tell you exactly where you stand. Supplementation is most effective when a genuine deficiency is present. If your levels are already adequate, adding more may not help and could cause problems. Vitamin D toxicity is real. Cleveland Clinic research indicates that excessive supplementation can cause elevated calcium in the blood, which can produce nausea, weakness, kidney stones, and in severe cases, heart rhythm abnormalities. The National Institutes of Health suggest most adults should not exceed 4,000 international units daily without medical supervision. This is not a vitamin you want to guess at. If your test shows deficiency, form matters. National Institutes of Health research indicates that vitamin D3 is more effective at raising and maintaining blood levels than vitamin D2. The D3 plus K2 combination is also worth discussing with your doctor. Mayo Clinic research suggests that vitamin K2 plays an important complementary role, directing the calcium that vitamin D helps absorb toward your bones, while reducing arterial calcification. Consistency matters more than dose. Research suggests that daily supplementation at a moderate dose is more effective than occasional high doses. Before your next appointment, write these questions down. Have I been tested for vitamin D deficiency recently? If not, can we add a 25-hydroxyvitamin D test to my next blood panel? Given the medications I take, am I at higher risk for vitamin D depletion? If I am deficient, what level should I be targeting, and what form and dose would you recommend? Should I consider a vitamin D3 plus K2 combination given my bone health history? How often should we retest to track whether supplementation is working? These 5 questions could change your health outcomes significantly. They cost nothing to ask. Let me bring it all together. Vitamin D is not just a bone supplement. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, Mayo Clinic, and Harvard Health, it functions like a hormone, regulating muscle strength, fall risk, cognitive function, mood, and immune response. Up to 40% of Americans over 60 are deficient, and most have never been tested. Deficiency develops silently. The symptoms, weakness, fatigue, low mood, increased infections, are easy to dismiss as normal aging. They are not always normal aging. Certain common medications may be actively reducing your vitamin D levels without you or your doctor realizing it. The solution starts with one simple blood test. Not a supplement. A test. If you take one thing from this video, call your doctor's office this week and ask to have your 25-hydroxyvitamin D level checked at your next blood panel. That one phone call may be one of the most important health decisions you make this year. If this video was useful to you, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to this channel. Every week we break down complex health topics into clear, evidence-based information specifically for adults over 60. If you know someone who is struggling with unexplained fatigue, muscle weakness, or frequent illness, please share this video with them. It may be exactly what they needed to see. We will see you in the next one.